To support with the homework, here's a quick recap of formal calculation strategies. We haven't done much work on this recently, so this homework is just to remind yourselves and also to identify any gaps. Looking at this addition, I'm going to start with my units column. 8 plus 4 is 12 units. Well, 12 units, I can't squeeze 12 into my units column, so I'm going to put the 2 units and carry the 110. Now looking at my tenths column, 4 tens and 6 tens is 10 tens and one more is 11 tens, and again I can't squeeze 11 tens into my tens column, so I'm going to put 1 10 and 10 of the tens into the hundreds column, and I've got 100 and another 100, so the answer is 212. This sort of subtraction can be a bit tricky. 3 take away 7 I can't do. If I've got 3 of something I can't take 7 away, so I'm going to move one of these 4 tens here, leaving 3 tens in the tens column, and that 10 now goes into the units column, so I've got 13 units. Now I can do 13 take away 7 would leave 6. Now I've got 3 tens take away 7 tens. Again, I can't take 7 tens away from just 3 tens, so I'm going to take that 100, leaving nothing in the hundreds column, and that 100 becomes another 10 tens, so now I've got 13 tens. 13 tens take away 7 tens leaves 6 tens, and I've got nothing to do in the hundreds column, so the answer is 66. Here we've got a basic multiplication, so we've got 4 multiplied by 5 is 20, so I can't squeeze 20 into the units, so I've got no units and 2 tens left over. I could label everything up here, which might be helpful. Now I've got 110 times 5 is 5, 2 tens to add, so that's 7 tens altogether. And then 2 hundreds times 5 is 10 hundreds, that's no hundreds and 1000s, and I've actually got nothing in the thousands column, so this 10 there goes, so the answer was 1070. Children might call this the bus stop method for division. How many 4s can I get out of that 200? How many 4s in 2? Well, there aren't any 4s in 2, so I could just put a dot there. It's best not to, because it might get confused with a decimal point. So those 200s mean I haven't divided, I've now got 26 tens. How many sets of 4 are there in 26? Well, 4 6s are 24, so I'm going to put 6 there. 6 4s are 24, but I've got 2 of those 26 left over, so those 2 tens left over go into the units column, and I've now got 27 in my units. How many 4s in 27? It's 6 again. 6 4s are 24, so I've got 3 left over. Now, you might think you could just write remainder 3, and you do that lower down the school. We're not going to do that. We're going to divide into decimals as necessary, and I had 3 left over, remainder 3, so now I've got 30 tenths. Those 3 units become 30 tenths. How many 4s in 30? Well, there's 7 4s, make 28, leaving 2 tenths that can get pushed into the hundredths column, so I've now got 20 hundredths. How many 4s in 20 is 5? So the answer is 66.75, which is 3/4. Not many children have done the long multiplication with me. We need to divide it into 2 sets. We do 164 multiplied by the 10 and 164 multiplied by the 4, and then add the 2 together. It doesn't matter which one we do first. I'm going to do 164 multiplied by 10 to start with, and I know if I multiply anything by 10, every digit's going to go one place to the left, so the units column will have a 0 in it. And then I can say 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 6 is 6, 1 times 1 is 1. So 164 times 10, as we'd expect, is 1640. I can now do 164 multiplied by the units, which is 4 in this case. 4 times 4 is 16, carry the 110. 6 4s are 24, plus 1 is 25. 1 4 is 4, plus 2 more is 6. So 164 times 4 is 656, which feels about right. And now I can add those 2 together to come to a final answer. 0 add 6 is 6. 4 add 5 is 9 tens. 6 add 6 is 12 hundreds. That's 2 hundreds and 1,000. 1,000 plus 1,000. So the final answer is 2,296.